What's up? What's happening? Welcome to another edition of the Short Porch presented by Barstool Sports. I'm your host, Tubbs. On the other side of the laptop, Jersey City, right next to the balcony bed himself, Marty Mush. TJ on the ones and twos. What's going on, fellas? Marty, I feel like we've had quite the weekend. I'm tired.
Quite the weekend. I flew straight from LA right to Jersey. I walk into my apartment. All you bozos are in my apartment. I take a snooper. I'm like, oh, there's no chance I'm going out. Then I went straight. One guy came up to us, by the way, at the bar, was like, I'm here because I listen to Short Porch. And I came to Green Rock for it.
Oh my God. I did not know that. That's hilarious.
Yeah, that happened. But yeah, it's been I went straight. Green Rock was always a long night. And then I went to a private Loud Luxury concert yesterday. I'm all over the map.
And then I was at Green Rock, which was a hell of a time, as always. And then I was watching like the Caps Bruins game Saturday night with a few coworkers. You show up out of the blue, and then I guess you go to this concert. And then today you hit me up and you tell me to go to Blue Haven, which is a bar in New York City, right by where I live, Murray Hill. I show up, and it's a zoo. There's people, it looks like a great time. I like to go to this bar. I call you. You say you're there. You're outside. You don't see me. You were at the other Blue Haven. You were in fucking Houston Street, which is 20 minutes away. I had to wait 20 minutes for an Uber. I get there 40 minutes later. I would not have went if you had told me it was the Houston one. No chance I'm going. I was so out of it. But you're like, you know what? It's right here. It's a 5-minute walk from my apartment. You know what, Marty? I'll put on some clothes and I'll go have a drink with you. No, of course you were in the Houston one. I'm already dressed at this point. So what? Am I going to go home? No, I'm going to go to the bar, obviously. So we do that. So
and it was a nice time.
It was a nice time once I got there. I will say that. Once I got there.
Before this podcast started, I go to close my door in the balcony, but Dana just lives on the balcony now.
Yeah, for anyone that thinks like the balcony bed's a shtick or whatever, he's there like only when no, he's just there all the time. The balcony bed's
content. He's just laying on his bed on the balcony. You could probably hear. He wouldn't let me shut the door. The guy's just laying there.
He's just gonna listen. He's gonna get a live viewing of the podcast. Look at that, unbelievable. The perks of the balcony bed.
Tommy Lee and Pamela Anderson's son is my best friend, Brandon Lee. I don't know how it happened. He's just my best friend. He FaceTimes me every day.
I was convinced when you told me that today. I was like spacing out or like, hearing you wrong. Nope. Turns out you're just boys with Tommy Lee's kid. Makes perfect sense.
No sense at all.
This fucking world. Yeah. So the Yankees, that's what this podcast is about. Yankees took 2 of 3. They don't get the sweep. They're 3-10 now in the final game of the series, just tied with the Tigers for the worst record in baseball. And that really seems true. They just suck on these getaway days. I feel like they just don't get sweeps or they can't salvage series or whatever. Just they bring nothing to the table. And part of it's too, like, I feel like Boone tries to steal like off days for people, not in this game really, but they don't really care about the last game of a series, but whatever. If you win the first 2 and you keep going, they've won now 5 straight series. I'm not going to totally be out here and complaining and crying. It's good to win 2 of 3 every single. That's a good winning percentage. But I would like sweeps here and there, especially the Orioles. Today was a shitty loss where they put up a 4 spot in the first, and they're out to an early lead, 4-0 lead, and then Montgomery just gives it right back. Very frustrating start from him. He just had nothing. I think this is like the 5th time he hasn't completed 5 innings in a start, something like that. So he's been every other starter for the most part. Now he was really good against the Rays, really good, but I feel like he's been the most inconsistent guy. I guess Tyone has really not been consistent, so I take that back. But he just hasn't. He's had a few of these starts that are just bad, and it's frustrating. I want Jordan Montgomery to be good.
TJ, I think we ruined Wandy. I think me and Hubs ruined Wandy at dinner tonight.
we ruined Wandy, and Mike King might have. I mean, his career's over.
Mike King I didn't even talk on the interview, and he gave up runs. But the thing with Wandy, Spider's like, bro, I agree, Molly. I think Wandy's awesome. I'm like, bro, he's great. Next pitch, he pitched pretty well. 2-run home run. Wandy's fucked. Wandy might die tomorrow.
2-run Johnson. Yeah, that was tough. King, fresh off the podcast, we're feeling great on Friday. No, sorry, it was the day of the podcast. It was on Thursday. Final game against the Rays. Another final game that we just didn't win. And he got absolutely shelled. And today he got the loss. He only gave a run in 2 innings, but ended up being the deciding run, and then they go on to extend the lead. But yeah, I'm not exactly sure my King is thrilled about about the results since the podcast.
He's definitely not. But you are kind of right, bro. The ending, like not finishing off these series, is infuriating. Like you can't be mad going 2-3. Like keep going 2-3, but it's like it's against the Orioles. You got to put them away sometimes.
You're up fucking 4-0. I mean, come on.
Yeah, like exactly.
They should have cruised to a fucking sweep and been feeling great going to Texas. Instead, 2-3. We've got a lot to get into within these games, some storylines, some weird shit going on. Before that, though, I want to talk to you guys about our friends at A88 CBD. Athletes who work out, Marty, who pretends to go to the gym, I guess these days, they need to relax afterwards and kind of recover, and that's a massive part, recovery. And A88 CBD is here for them after a tough workout, but they're also here for just the normal folks here who are just watching these games, and you're looking for a sweep on a Sunday, and guess what? All of a sudden you lose the game 10-5, or was it 10-6 final? 10-6 final. Yeah, they got to run late. 10-6 final. So we need to recover as well as fans. We're getting put through the ringer here watching these games at times. And you need your friends at A88 CBD to help us out. They've created a high quality hemp derived CBD product that can easily fit into your everyday wellness routine. They got products like CBD Deep Relief Cream, gummies, muscle salve, and more. A88 CBD products, they can be paired together or used individually as you find your CBD balance. We're all looking for a balance out there. Not everyone's the same. And whether you're looking to aid relaxation or muscle recovery, they've got you covered. So find your balance with A88 CBD. Wellness that works for you. You can shop all A88 CBD products on A88, the number 8, CBD.com, and use the code Porch at checkout to receive 25% off your entire purchase. You as the fan, you deserve this with the Yankees. It's been a little bit of a roller coaster of a season, and it's only going to continue. It's just May 16th here. May 17th, you listen to this the next day. So we need to recover after these games, and obviously if you're also working out, it's there for you as well. So let's recover throughout the season with A88 CBD. I
feel longer than I feel like the season's almost over. That's how I feel like it's been such a long season because how bad we started and like we've been battling.
Yeah. So I think the way to start here, we always start with bad, I feel like. But and speaking of like how long the season's been, I mean, our starting center fielder today, Marty, was Ryan Lamarr. So
that's disgusting.
32-year-old minor leaguer. He's been up and down. I think he's been on, let's see, I have the list here. Career 236 hitter entering today. 119 big league games. He's played on the Reds in 2015, the Red Sox, the A's, the Twins, and the White Sox. And now he's a Yankee. Starting center fielder for the New York Yankees, Ryan Lamarr. God help us all.
That's literally insane. How many at-bats does Tyler Wade have?
Let's see. How many at-bats does Tyler Wade have? How many at-bats? He's hitting 318 this year.
I know. That's why I'm like,
he's 7 for 22. So like.
Oh, okay. It's still pretty good.
Zero extra base hits. So.
Well, you're not getting. Yeah, you can't expect that from. But I saw 318. I'm like, what the fuck,
dude? I was watching the pregame show to Sunday Night Baseball today, Cardinals Padres, and they're just going around the league, and they're talking about I can't remember if the exact headline was like stars, people that stood out this weekend or something like that. That was the general idea of the topic. They chose Tyler Wade. I mean.
I think we're missing something.
What's going on?
I think we're missing something. I'm not sure what it is. Because he is batting .318.
Because he had 3 hits on Saturday. They were up a million. I mean, like they were all just singles. Like it wasn't like he tied the game or won 3 singles.
What is the consensus of like Yankees Twitter with him?
Horrible. No one likes him. I was the only guy that liked him because he was just fast and cool and he slid cool. And that's all gone now because he's bad.
Well, and because he's like playing a lot more.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're right. Should we be knocking a guy who's hitting .318? No, but like Tyler Wade can't be chosen as a guy who stood out this weekend.
No, that is a bit much.
He literally, on Friday, he bunted on a 3-1 count and popped it up to the catcher. The next inning, he dropped an Aaron Judge throw coming in the second that would have gotten the guy out.
If he pops up a bunt, he should be sent down. That should like be in his contract.
On a 3-1 count, dude. How are we bunting on a 3-1 count?
Because it's Tyler Wade.
And then not just that. So the throw in from second on Friday that he drops, Boone challenged the play. He dropped the ball. The ball is sitting in front of him. How do you, as a player, not tell your manager, hey, we're wasting a challenge right now? Like the balls, I just didn't catch the ball.
No, I hope maybe I'm just wrong or something. That's really it. Or he had to have no idea. There's no way he was.
But like, how do you know? How do you not know you didn't catch the ball?
It's true.
I mean, he literally watched the world burn in front of him. He's like, watch, Boone's gonna challenge this. He maybe just doesn't like Boone, but like, it's like, fuck this guy. I'm gonna make him look stupid. But like the replay review, the ball's sitting on the ground, not in his glove. It
wasn't close.
And think about this too. He had to pick the ball from the ground to throw it to the pitcher. So like, it's not like he knew he didn't catch the ball. Crazy. That play and the bunt with 3-1 count, and then we're saying Tyler Wade's saved the season this weekend. Like what's going on? I mean, we got to get it together. 318, all singles. Great. Awesome. I don't want to kill Tyler Wade. I just was like taken aback when I saw that they highlighted Tyler Wade. Like Tyler Wade shouldn't be talked about on the Sunday Night Baseball pregame show. That just shouldn't. I don't think that should be coming up as a highlight of the weekend. But you want to. But yeah,
like I don't want to bury Tyler Wade. You've been talking about him for 5 minutes, hating on him.
I have. I was more hating on Sunday Night Baseball because I was just insane. But the reason Tyler Wade's playing and starting a shortstop, this wasn't covered because we only knew about the initial outbreak. But Gleyber has COVID. And now I believe there was another staffer today that tested positive. So that's now 9 guys on the team within the organization that were traveling to Tampa who've tested positive for COVID. They all had the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Gleyber's asymptomatic, but he's going to be out for, I believe he has to test negative twice in a row, basically to get cleared to come back, and he's yet to do that. So
they were close to like, it weren't they like 80% like done with everything, and then they just got it right before it hits 100.
No. So they hit 85% is the threshold where you don't have to wear masks in the dugout and you can go to restaurants and stuff. They hit that like almost immediately. I feel like they hit it almost immediately, but once they kind of relaxed, they kind of let their guard down a little bit, and then someone got it and spread it, and here we are. So no Gleyber he's asymptomatic, so hopefully when he comes back, he's not going to be drained or anything, like you've seen with players where it takes months for them to kind of just get back on the swing of things. But probably won't see him until maybe the White Sox series, which is this next weekend. So maybe even further than that, who knows? But yeah, that's frustrating for sure. The Cubs have a weird situation. Did you see that? They're like, I think the Cubs are a few players away from achieving the 85% threshold, and management, like general management, players, coaches, trainers have all like encouraged them, hey, like the vaccine's you should take the vaccine, and the players just aren't listening to them.
Well, that's a wild move.
Yeah. Like players are just like ignoring the advice of like medical, like trainers and all. Weird. Really, Really weird situation going on with Chicago.
Yeah,
Especially imagine you get the vaccine, you I don't want to wear a mask in the dugout, but we have to now because this guy does that. That can create some interesting conversations.
Ball games.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's enough vaccine talk. But Gleyber's going to be down for a little bit more, and you'll see Tyler Wade. I guess Gio Urshela's knee isn't perfectly okay, so they don't want to go it short where he'll be more mobile. They want to keep him at third, and I don't necessarily hate that idea. It just means more Tyler Wade. Granted, if he's hitting 318, he's hitting 318. Whatever, fine. I'm really hating Tyler Wade for no reason here. But back to Ryan Lamarr. The reason Ryan Lamarr is here, Aaron Hicks is now on the IL with a wrist injury that I believe is going to require surgery. I don't have TJ. Do you know if I know you've been all over the place, but did they say it's going to definitely require surgery here? Or are they holding out? Let's see.
I didn't see. The only thing I saw was tendon sheath, and I don't really know what that means.
Well, I believe that's Mark Teixeira territory. Okay, so they're calling it a wrist sprain. They're not sure. Okay, they're not sure if it's going to require surgery, but he's on the IL. And when I said, I think I quote tweeted, I said, "Fuck." He wasn't doing anything for us. Granted, he was hot of late, but he hasn't played good defense this year. Overall, he's hitting 194. So, but it goes back to they signed this dude to a 7-year deal. Hasn't really done much.
No. Maybe it's the 7-year deal you hate to see, and then you got this 32-year-old bozo in center field. But maybe he just needs maybe he needs this little time off. Maybe his injury could figure some things out. It was infuriating seeing him in the lineup.
Correct. And he was hitting third for so long. But the reason Ryan Lamarr has to come up is because they traded Mike Tauchman for Wandy Peralta. So
don't go after my guy Wandy.
Would be nice if they had Mike Tauchman right now.
Trade, but Wandy's still a gem.
Marty, we started Ryan Lamarr in center field today.
It's not good, Bob.
Ryan Lamarr, 32-year-old, hitting 190 in his career. And he shaved his mustache. His mustache was cool looking, and he shaved it. This is okay. And he took Tauchman's number. He's wearing 39. Didn't appreciate that one bit. Ryan Lamarr. And he did not look good at the plate today. What?
He tries hard.
Sure. He plays all three outfield positions. Great. He'll play some good defense, I guess. Today he didn't come close to hitting the baseball. To getting a hit. It's quite frustrating. So yeah, we got to deal with Ryan Lamarr moving forward. And I guess Esteban Florial is in AAA. They called him up. He had a hot start in AA, and I guess numbers were declining a little bit, but they want to give him some more at bats in the minors. And I don't think he could actually be called up because he was just called to AAA. So I guess you got to wait a little bit to call him to the majors if they were going to do that. But I think they're going to hold on to him, keep him down there, and get him hot. But that would be a guy that would be nice to have right now. As a 5-tool player who just runs like a motherfucker, can field, hits the ball. Be nice. But we got Ryan Lamarr, 32-year-old Ryan Lamarr. Cool. Awesome. Okay, one more bad thing, and then we'll get some good things. Giancarlo Stanton sidelined with quad tightness, and this is really funny. I believe it was Friday. So let's see. Did he not play the whole weekend? Let's see. He definitely didn't play today. He definitely didn't play Saturday. Yeah. So Friday he's in the lineup, and then they scratch him. So Boone is talking to the media, and Boone tells them that with the Hicks situation going on, you could see Stanton in the outfield. They're gonna toy with that a little bit. They're gonna bring up some ideas, and that's one of them. Get him in left field since left field production has been bad. 25 minutes later, Stanton scratched with quad tightness, doesn't play the whole series. We go from how does Boone go from quad tightness? I'm sorry, from hey, we're gonna throw this guy in the outfield to 25 minutes later quad tightness, and he's out
There's
for the whole week.
Way it just happened like that either. I just don't think he knows anything. And then it wasn't quad tightness, and he's out all weekend. It's that had to be he had to be talking about that.
Yeah. And so they're in Texas on Monday. I feel like if he's not ready to go for that, you retroactively put him on the IL just to get another bat here. Otherwise, what are we doing? Just not playing him 4 games in a row. He's got to either play or you got to put him in the IL. One or the other. He's just hurting the roster to play with 24 guys right now.
He's raking the ball, and it's the same shit that starts happening.
Yeah. Every year. And Friday, I'm pretty sure So Friday, the way they maneuvered the lineup, Gary DH, Higashioka was catching Kluber because he's basically become Kluber's personal catcher as well, along with Cole. So then Gio was sitting out with his knee situation. Just they're giving him a day. Giancarlo was out, and so they're playing obviously Higashioka. And Wade was playing it short for Gleyber, and Hicks was not on the IL yet. He was just benched. So they actually only had one active hitter, one hitter who had like a pulse off the bench, and that was Gio Urshela. And of course, Gio comes up with one of the biggest home runs, if not the biggest home run of the year so far. Basically seemed dead on Friday, trailing 4-2. Seventh inning, they got 2 men on. Gio Urshela comes in to pinch hit for Wade. Love that move. Looks like he was obviously good enough to swing the bat, and he did play. He did play the rest of the weekend. But Gio Urshela launches a 3-run home run. And I was actually in the Uber on the way to your place, Marty, and I was listening on the radio, and just like, there's nothing like when John Sterling like knows off the bat it's gone. He just gets so excited, even though it only cleared the fence by like a little bit. But it was what a fucking home run. I mean, this guy is.
2 strikes?
What?
Was that 2 strikes?
Yeah. So it was like, I believe it was the 9th pitch of the at bat. He had fouled off, I think, 6 pitches in a row, something like that. It was a hell of an at bat. And they'll listen on the radio to Sterling, and it's like, fouls one back. Oh, he fights this one off, all that. And you're just like, how long is this at bat going? Because we're not watching. It even seems longer when you're just listening on the radio. And all of a sudden, there it goes the deep right. And it was just, what a fucking home run. What a just, even like for us going out, it's like to lose the Orioles, that's a fucking bummer on a Friday night. To win 5-4 like that, I was fucking ready to go. Like I got like an adrenaline rush for that shit.
Urshela too, like pinch hitting too. Like he's obviously been a little hurt. I love Urshela when he's hitting like that. I feel like the whole team almost rallies around him a little bit.
I think he's the best hitter on the team. Like in terms of, and I tweeted this. I think if you need a base hit in a clutch spot right now, DJ's hasn't been true DJ this year. I'm talking this year. You need a base hit. I'm not talking a home run. I just need a base hit. I want Gio Urshela to play it. I know the at bat that I'm going to get from him. He's not going to go down and swing it 3 sliders that he didn't have a chance at. Like I want Gio Urshela at the plate when it matters most. I genuinely like. I'll stand by it. Like he has consistently this year been the best hitter on the team. Like he's hovering around 300. Well, and the reason I say consistently, Judge's numbers right now, when you look at it, and we're going to get into in a second, are crazy good. But he had that slide of striking out 7 straight times, and he didn't hit anything against the Astros. Gio has just been good the whole year. Like he's like through what's in 6 weeks or whatever, consistently every week he's just been hitting 300. That's why I want him at the plate when I need a hit.
I mean, the easy answer is like you still want LeMahieu, but I feel like LeMahieu's like Lindor this year, where like you're not really worried about. I wouldn't be worried about. There's such good hitters, like he's gonna be completely fine hitting like 300 in like a month.
I have no, he's at like 272 right now, still 364 OBP. But yeah, I have zero worries about DJ LeMahieu. He'll be back up to 300 when he's cooking. You'll look at the box score in like July, and he'll be hitting like 305 at least, and you'll be like, okay, remember, he's in 270 early, but like he picked it up. I have no quarrels, no worries with DJ. But right now, I want Gio Urshela at the plate. Like I have so much trust with this guy, so much trust. And so, do you agree with that? That you want you want Gio?
I think I agree. I'm still comfortable when LeMahieu's up. I still think I would want him, but Urshela has been by far, I think, like the most consistent.
Yeah, DJ's on pace, I think, for combined the last 2 years, and granted the 60-game season, but I think he's on pace to have more strikeouts than like those 2 seasons combined this year. Very odd. Now that also could factor in because they fucked up the baseball and hitters are just down this year. Okay, so we got some good stuff. Talk a lot of bad stuff. Obviously, Gio Urshela is some good. Talk about some good stuff. But first, I want to talk to you guys about BetterHelp online therapy. They're coming in sponsoring the podcast, and I love it. It's mental health awareness month. Barstool Sports, we're proud to support destigmatizing mental health. May is mental health awareness month. Sorry. And Barstool, we're here to support our veterans and getting the help they need. And now we want to support everyone. And any point in this pandemic, someone, I imagine we all hit a low, and it's totally okay. It's totally okay to not be okay. And BetterHelp is here. BetterHelp online therapy is here to make you feel okay with just talking it out, because sometimes you just need to talk out what's going on and to make you feel better. Just get off your chest, talk to somebody. I initially had my not fears, but just being awkward talking to a therapist or whatever. But and the best part about this, you don't have to go there. It's all online. So maybe your stress, it's too much to manage, or you have depression, anxiety, or PTSD. Maybe you just need an unbiased person to talk to. It really can just do wonders for your mental health. Without a healthy mind, being happy, it's hard. So if this is for you, therapy can give you the tools to make life a little bit easier. BetterHelp is a customized online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat sessions with your therapist. You don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to. It's much more affordable than in-person therapy, and you can start communicating with your therapist in under 48 hours. This podcast sponsored by BetterHelp. Our listeners, you guys get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/porch. That's BetterHelp, BetterHelp.com/porch. You guys get the help you need. It's okay. Lot going on in the world. If you need someone to talk to, BetterHelp is here for you. Aaron Judge.
Before we get Aaron Judge,
okay.
Fucking Dave, chilling with Chels is just painting. Is just painting our skyline in Dana's bed, and I'm gonna everyone get your bonk out for Twitter because he's gonna be all bonked up.
Wait, she's not there.
No, she's not here. She's on Twitch doing it.
And he's just watching it?
Yeah, he just wrote in the chat, "Let's get this shit popping."
Oh, my God. Is he drinking right now?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
He might have a problem.
Oh, my God. Okay.
But who doesn't have a problem is Aaron Judge.
Aaron Judge does not have a problem. Aaron Judge, I told you this today. He's just leading. He's tied for the league leading home runs. When did that happen?
I think we hit on that. The head on the nose on the head, the head on the
hammer, nose. Hit the nail on the head.
Nail on the head. Not bad. He beats the shit out of shitty teams.
He really does. He didn't hit anything against the Astros, but he fucks up the Orioles and the Tigers. He has 7 homers and a 2,000 OPS against the Orioles this year. So he's doing what Gleyber did a couple of years ago. So, yeah.
But you can't complain.
Yeah, the numbers across the board: 298 batting average, 399 OBP, 611 slugging, OPS over 1,000, 12 homers, 24 RBIs, 20 runs scored. He's got a 1.5 WAR. It's crazy. It came out of nowhere, and he hit 4 homers this weekend. That certainly helps. But with Giancarlo down, big for Judge to step up like that. With Gleyber down, big for Judge to step up. Him, Gio, Luke back this weekend. Voit had some nice hits. But Judge playing like this weekend, it reminded you of 2017 Aaron Judge, the way he was hitting the ball. Just absolutely. With runners in scoring position this year, he's hitting 429. That's fucking insane.
I don't know where these numbers are coming from.
Right? What the hell?
I think everyone's just like, oh, Aaron Judge sucks again. He's just unbelievable lately.
He's playing it like his numbers are MVP-like.
Yeah, seriously.
Keep this up, man. Who knows? But, yeah, Aaron Judge coming out of nowhere. I love it. Let's continue that in Texas where I feel like the boys, they always put up a crooked number down in Texas with the weather out there and the ball flies. New stadium too. That'll be fun to watch. We saw it obviously with the World Series, but
this needs to be a sweep. They stink.
Yeah, Garrett Cole's facing Jordan Lyles on Monday night. We should destroy them. He's like a 6-year. By the way, as Garrett Cole continues to pitch like an absolute maniac, Shane Bieber today got a little roughed up. His ERA is over 3 now. Kind of everyone's dying out in the AL Cy Young race, and Garrett Cole just keeps chugging along, keeps destroying lineups left and right. It's fun to see. What else is gonna say here? We apologize to Mike King. Oh, Luke Voigt, Saturday. Gets a base hit to make it 8-2. Had a couple knocks on Saturday. It was great to see. He had a little bit of a slow start his first few games back. No concerns whatsoever, Luke Voigt. He'll be totally fine. But he gets the base hit on Saturday night, and he gets the first base, and he goes to the dugout, and he does the stone cold bashing the beers and pouring them over his head. Now, this was like my first moment where I'm like, wow, am I old? Because when I tweeted the GIF out, like some people legitimately didn't understand what he was doing.
That's insane.
Dude, it was crazy.
I don't even like wrestling. Like I don't think I've ever even watched it really. And I knew it. I know what that is.
It was insane. I'm trying to find like a few people, I feel like unironically, there's multiple tweets here. Jerking two dicks and jacking off in your face. Nice. That's not what he's doing.
No, yeah, I knew people were gonna say like jerking off. It's so stupid. That's people are just young, and I don't know how you. It's one of the most iconic things anyone's ever done.
Everyone going hella sus. Have you not watched Stone Cold Steve Austin like one time?
Yeah, seriously.
To not think he's bashing beers there, I was like, what? This is not a world I want to live in. Like, nope. What the hell? And like you said, you didn't even watch wrestling. You know what that is. That's just like a universal thing. Yes. It's almost like when people are doing like dabbing. Everyone knew what dabbing is. Right. But this is even further than that. This should be way further. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Yankees don't really have a thing they do that they point to the dugout. You know, like they used to do the four fingers, whatever. Brett Gardner used to do the Brett Gardner bat thing. They don't have a cool thing. Now, you can't do bashing beers and pouring them over and every hit, but maybe for like RBIs to take the lead, like that could be just a thing the Yankees do. Would you hate that? Yeah, no, I feel like it can't be singles for sure. It can't be like 5-0. You get a base hit, you're on first base. You just big moment. Can't be doing that. Yeah, big moment. Yes. But I think big moments to take the lead or something like that, just like let it rip. I have no. We need something. It's like, I mean, Voigt's always going to bring that personality and shit, and we've been needing it, but like we don't have anything. Like people do cool shit to the dugout. I want the Yankees to do that. I know. This is what we were saying when you yelled at us about the Mets last week. They're dressing up. Yeah, well, how'd that go this weekend? I'm just saying, it's nice when your team does fun things and you could just tweet about it. That's correct. TJ was down there with Frank the Tank and Doug's. TJ, do you want to chime in how your weekend was at the Trop?
Yeah, I mean,
personal opinion of the Trop?
I had low expectations for the Trop, and they're pretty much all realized in person. Like that is, if you've ever been to like a minor league hockey game or maybe like a D3 basketball stadium, it's the same sort of vibe, like quality wise. That's terrible. It is like, I don't know, man. That place is just like depressing.
And Howard's Tank and Doug's.
So the thing about it is that the sound travels really well because it's like a round dome. Okay. So everyone in the stadium could hear Frank the Tank just screaming the entire game. Like everyone was turning and looking at us all game. No. It was when he does it outside at Citi Field or something, like he's loud enough that people in other sections are like looking at him and filming him. I'm sure that like the players could hear him on the field and like the people in the outfield. It was, I was like, I don't know if I'll ever be embarrassed again after sitting next to Frank while he's screaming that loud.
Did they get swept?
Yeah.
That sounds about right. I couldn't believe when they lost on Friday. I thought that game was in the bag, and all of a sudden I just see Rays walking off. Like, how did this happen? But of course, Frank the Tank there. All right, well, yeah. So you come back to New York where it's safe, and you don't have to experience the horrors of the Trop. Are you back Monday?
Yeah, probably. I want to go. They announced like the vaccination sections at Yankee Stadium.
I was just going to bring it to that. Very good segue. That was like one of the closing topics here, but yeah. So Yankee Stadium is announced. So they're going to do non-vaccinated sections are 33% socially distanced, and then vaccinated sections 100% capacity. The only issue is all the vaccinated sections like suck.
Yeah.
I hate how they did this. Like
They chose like random sections and then the upper deck.
yeah, Mush, I'm gonna send you the how it looks so you can follow along here. I just texted it to you. But all the dark blue is fully vaccinated, the gray is not vaccinated. And I just like make the bleachers, like the bleacher creatures should be that like vaccinated, like make that place 100% capacity.
Yeah.
Like at the
those are some shitty ass seats for
right.
Vaccinated. Wouldn't you put the non-vaccinated people all the way up there?
That's what everyone is saying. Why
you
want to
put them? You would put them up in nosebleeds, right?
Well, it should be like a reward, like get vaccinated, and then you could sit in the good section.
Right. I completely agree. It's like if they're all across the country. It's like there's all these incentives for vaccinations. Like
yeah, you could sit on. You could sit in the video board. You're vaccinated. You could sit inside the screen.
Done. Got to do it. Got to vax me up, baby. But I don't know. I say at the bare minimum, the bleacher creatures have to be one of those sections where you could go, what the fuck's the point of not having the bleacher creatures 100%? That's bullshit.
Yeah, it's very dumb. That's the one thing that should be all vaccinated.
There's one section behind home plate, 120A is the only. Everything else is non-vax. There's what 24B in Legends. It looks like 27B in Legends. There's four. No, there's four Legends. Four Legends things are that, and the rest are not. I don't know, man. I don't like that. I feel like they should have done way more. I feel like I'd honestly, like if we go to a game, Marty, I feel like we want to sit in the non-vax section.
Yeah, no, you have to. I mean, the bleachers should definitely be full vac. There's worse diseases going on in that fucking thing than Corona.
Fair.
There's some nasty ass people in there.
Now we're not telling you to get vaxxed and all that. Like you make your own decision, but that's not what this podcast is for. I'm just saying I feel like it's a good incentive, as TJ was alluding to, of making you want to sit in good seats. Vaccination, like it's another incentive, whatever. I feel like we should be encouraging people to get vaccinated, and that's a good way to do it. But Yankees are not doing that. Hopefully they change that soon. I do want to know what the capacity is with all this. I assume is it what they said where it's gonna be 33%? Is this with that? I assume, but
yeah, it's gotta be.
Well, I was hoping it'd be more because it's almost, but I was also hoping for more vaccinated sections. I thought it was gonna be like half and half. I thought legit was gonna be every other section was vaccinated.
Yeah, me too.
That was literally what I was picturing in my head, and it's just not that at all. Very weird. But yeah, I mean that's basically it. We're gonna see what's going on with Hicks if he needs surgery and all that. And if he needs surgery, then the Yankees are probably going to be in the market for an outfielder, which will be interesting because we just traded away Mike Tauchman.
We had too many, and then now we're missing them.
All that, yeah, crazy that Aaron Hicks who gets hurt every year got hurt. No way, man. And then who would that be? Maybe you're looking at a Starling Marte, maybe a Corey Dickerson. Yeah, those were two names that probably come to mind. I love Kettle Marte. He's sick.
Yeah, and he's fantastic. Yeah,
maybe bring back Sugar Shane Robinson. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, they could be in the market quick for an outfielder because we can't have Ryan Lamarr as our starting center fielder moving forward. Can't have it. Good to see Clint, by the way, have a nice day on Sunday. He had a home run, his first at bat, second at bat, and the crazy diving catch in right field, awesome catch.
I gotta say, if he does well, Hammerberg is gonna stick.
Yeah, but he hasn't done well.
I understand. I wouldn't be able to tweet it a lot, but
155, Mush. He's in 155.
It's not good, Bob. It's not good.
Should we cancel the shirt? Goes up to 350. God damn it, man. We have Mike King on the pod. Immediately gives up runs. Gets a loss today. Make a shirt for Clint in 155. We did make the shirt for Garrett Cole, though, and he's a cyborg, but he might be immune to everything.
That doesn't count.
I don't think. And we did make shirts for Luke Voigt, and he led the league in home runs. So I guess it goes both ways, but I really wish Mike King didn't give runs immediately. I felt bad. He did blame Mush. That was
he did blame me.
He texted me, he said, no more mid-season interviews. I blame Marty. But he's still in the majors. He didn't get to, imagine he got sent down on Thursday.
Cancel the podcast.
Like, how do we even promote? I think, TJ, you actually had to cut up a social clip that I just didn't run on Saturday, but it was about King. It was the King talking to Chapman, like, oh, no run.
Yeah.
We both have 0. I was like, all right, we can't run this. He gave runs on Thursday. Can't happen. But if you want to go listen to the full interview, video version, it's on our YouTube as we continue to add more and make our YouTube shiny.
Subscribe to the YouTube. It's free. It's free. It's free. It's free. I'm a vlogger now. I know how hard it is to get subscribers. Help the boys out. It makes us look better.
It makes us look better. Allows us to do more shit. And we're gonna, Bush does a vlog now, which is more subscribers. If you surpassed the short porch, but we had some good growth. I feel like with the short porch too. Yeah. So subscribe to both of those. And we'll continue. So I guess maybe I gotta start taking a GoPro to the games and just doing vlogs when I go to games.
Yes, you 1000%. You see all the fans. You just fucking document your experience. You could even do it on your phone. It's not bad. Yeah,
look at you vlogging. You vlogging expert here. Unbelievable. Yeah, no, that's the show. I got nothing else. We got the Texas Rangers here. I believe it's a 3-game set. Let me make sure here. We got 8:00 starts, not 7. So adjust your call. Sorry, it's a 4-game set. Thursday's a 2:00 getaway game. So you can pencil that one as a good old loss because we don't win those games. But we're looking at Cole against Lyles, Tyone against Fultonevich, Gleyber on Wednesday. I guess a little revenge, even though he threw like 1 inning for this team. They have not announced the guy for Wednesday, and then Thursday is Domingo against Dunning. Domingo was very good on Saturday. We should note that. I was very, very encouraged, and he was obviously playing with a big lead. And on Friday, Gleyber wasn't excellent, but ends up getting the win, so that was cool. But he got tagged up a little bit there. But I'm still very encouraged by Gleyber. Domingo has pitched very well lately. Tyone is struggling, and Montgomery is Jekyll and Hyde. And that's your starting rotation for the Yankees. So we probably need to add one more guy. That would be my guess.
Please.
Yeah. But yeah, so you hear from us. Oh, so the Thursday's a 2:00 game. Maybe we'll record after that game. I haven't decided. We'll make an announcement of when you'll hear us next. It'll either be Thursday morning or Thursday late afternoon, evening. But until then, this is the Short Porch. Thank you for listening. Go subscribe on our YouTube. We really appreciate it. Go buy some shirts. And yeah, let's kick the shit out of the Rangers. See you guys.